safe and removed. You never get hung up. Never.
Layli kichita hanskay machiapi da yahipi na chante washte nabe chiusapi. If you speak Lakota, then you understand what I said. But I just said my name is Layli Long Soldier. I'm very happy to be here. I think, it's been a while since I've read, so I'm just going to jump in. I feel a little nervous to be with you, but I'm happy. So here we go. I'm going to start off with a few poems from a series that I wrote called Grass Poems. My family is from up north. I'm from Pine Ridge, South Dakota. And I live here in northern Arizona on the Navajo Nation. I teach at Diné College. But during the summers, or at least once or twice a year, I try to go up north. And the last time I went up was during the summer, and of course during the spring and summer, all the grasses come up, and that's always the first thing I smell when I go up there, and the first thing I miss when I come back to Tsaile, because the grass where we live is just like teeny little brown things. So I was feeling really lonesome for those grasses, and then I started writing these poems to console myself. Now make room in the mouth for grasses, grasses, grasses. Steady summer, solstice grasses. See, this one's a natural anesthetic, he said. When they fast, they cannot food, cannot water, so slide grass needle tips around the edges of wounds this summer. Potent grass songs, a grass chorus moves, shh. Through half-propped windows I swallow, grass scent, the solstice, makes a mind wide, makes it oceanic, a blue field in crests, swirling gyres, a moving surface fastened. In June light, here I'm certain that certain kinds of talk only equal pain. Excusing myself, I paddle deep in high grass waves. I'm safer outside than in those heady grasses. The mouth loosens, confesses. I don't trust nobody but the land, I said. I don't mean present company. Of course, you understand the grasses hear me too. Always present the grasses. Confident grasses, polite command to shh, shh, listen. At the bottom of trailer steps, grasshoppers power up. Plate bodies, jet wings, knock knock, high, speed through, swaying, green pages, single-spaced, blades, bold, hollow stems, air italics. Shh. In midday, open air, two horseflies, love buzz, a simple, humid meeting, motorized sex in place, then loose again, infinite circle eights. Shh, listen. Down the path, Auntie steps onto the porch. The dog pads across wood planks. A pause to nudge her foot. Shh. In my thoughts, I hear her, 2 states away, ask for more mac and cheese. This is good, Dad, my favorite. Their forks click in blue gardens, flowered borders, scrubbed secondhand plates. Shh. This grass, quiet, anesthetic. Who have I become? I have more grass poems, but I'm just going to read 3. So this is the third one, and this was when I was feeling sorry for myself, sitting out there in high desert Tsaile. But it's very beautiful. I'm actually, I shouldn't complain, but whatever. Okay. Irony is, I wake to red sand, I sleep here, coral brick, hogan, I walk thin, rabbit brush, trails, sidestep, early autumn tarantulas, pick desert, white flowers. On full days, I inhale female rain, I stop wheels, slow sheep, bounce, drop, sheep, shit, across highways, potholed, me, I grass, nothing here, I meta grass, I sleepwalk grasses, open eyes to blue corn, wide, flat sky, I cook up stews, chunks, half chewed through, I am this, mouth without hands, without arms, bent down, face to plate, to an original, hunger, aware that I'm alone, and I alone am, the head pushing the mouth to eat. So I'm going to read a few pieces from a series of poems I did called Whereas. And this work will be published by Grey Wolf Press in 2017. And it feels so far from now that I'm just trying not to think about it. But in any case, I wrote a series of 29 poems responding to the congressional resolution of apology to Native Americans. So I don't know, I'm always curious to see how many people knew that the US has apologized to Native people. Well, pretend you're a class and raise your hand if you knew. Okay. A few. I'm always curious about that because the apology was very quiet. And so it happened it was officially signed by Obama in December 2009, but it's called the 2010, what is it officially called? It's not even, the apology is attached to the 2010 Defense Bill. So what happened was he signed it on a Saturday. He signed it at a desk, very quietly. He never read it out loud. There were no leaders or Native representatives present to accept that apology. So it was signed and put away and very quiet. And even I feel like I'm pretty on top of it, I'm always reading, and I didn't hear about it till some months later. So it really bothered me. And it bothered me so much that I ended up responding to it. And then I just kept on going, and then it was like 4 or 5 years later. But anyway, okay. So, well, one thing I might share is that the resolution is structured in 3 sections. So the first section is 20 whereas statements. Are you familiar with whereas statements? So it's like, yeah, it's language that's very particular to those kind of documents. So that's the first one. So I wrote 20 whereas statements of my own. Then in the middle, there's 7 resolutions, and so I wrote 7 resolutions. That was actually the hardest part because I didn't feel resolved, but I did it. And then the most interesting thing is you can find it online. It ends with 2 disclaimers. So they did that whole thing, and in the end they said we cannot be taken to court for anything that's in this. We are not liable. So I found that astounding, and I wrote 2 of my own disclaimers as well. But in any case, here I go.